what's going on, everybody? So this is going to be a quick little video in the middle of this project we're doing on the 91 SS. So we ended up running into a bunch of issues with the engine that wasn't really planned. So our order of videos got all kinds of messed up. But this is one of the main things we're doing is doing an STI steering rack upgrade. So we just got the original subframe dropped out all in one piece. And so this is an 05 STI subframe from Japan that we got for pretty cheap. And then what year of rack was it?
Also 05, but it's USDM rack.
Oh, USDM 05 STI rack. And then we got these aluminum control arms for an STI.
GD STI aluminum control arms.
Yeah, just GD. So those actually we got from the dealer here locally. So I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of comparison, because obviously the ratio is way quicker on the STI rack, which is the main reason we're doing this. But also, you see here,
about 56 inches ball joint to ball joint, and then
we compare it to the track width of the legacy one.
About 55.
55. So it's widening the track an overall inch. So it's gonna improve caster, because the actual mounting point of the ball joint's more forward.
Yeah, the actual shape of the control arm will actually affect the caster. So it should have, I think, 2 degrees more caster. And then I'm not really sure how the camber is going to come out. The whole wheel is going to sit more forward in the wheel well. So we'll see how it looks, and I'll do the alignment myself. But
yeah, but it should make a huge difference. So to do this, all we had to do is there's a couple bolts here that come out of the chassis with nuts on the bottom. So you unbolt those, and then the ones for the control arms here come out. Disconnect everything from the knuckle, and the whole thing came out in one piece. We're leaking fluid everywhere from the old pump.
I don't have a STI sway bar yet, so, and the main problem with that is that I don't have the caps. I'm not sure. Yeah, they're under here, but I don't have the caps for the bushings like that one. So I need to find those caps for an STI, and then get an STI sway bar, probably an upgraded one, and then I can put the sway bar on. But I can do that later.
But we also didn't have an STI power steering pump, so we actually figured out a really cool trick that you can use one of these from what year car was it?
03 Outback.
Yeah, so an 03 Outback. So it's like the GD chassis Outback Sport.
Yeah, so those lines fit on there like that, and then in the engine bay, it should land the reservoir somewhere around here.
Right where the old charcoal canister went, so we'll make a mount for that, and it should just mount in there. We might have to swap the bracket over. I'm not sure. It should be the same.
So, but and these lines, as you can see, they're much farther away from the turbo.
Yeah. See, those are way different than these.
So you can't buy turbo power steering lines anymore. So these are non-turbo ones that I got because mine were leaking, and I had to bend them and zip tie them out of the way of the up pipe, and even then they're almost touching the up pipe to the turbo, whereas these are a lot farther away. And even with the Outback ones, I don't think it'll be an issue at all. It should totally clear the turbo.
Yeah, which is really cool that they're actually the same shape and the same thread pitch as the STI rack, because they're similar years. So it just worked out perfect. We got this from the junkyard. We don't actually have to get an STI power steering pump and lines, which are way more expensive. So that worked out pretty perfect. So now we just need to swap over the O-rings on there to make sure those seal. And we're going to drag this thing underneath here. We got the transmission up on a jack stand. And so we're just going to put it up on a jack and then slowly kind of lift it up. And the main piece that's going to make this work is this.
So this is from L&E Fabrications. They take a stock STI and a stock GC8 steering knuckle, and they weld it together right there. So this is GC on one side and GD on the other, which GCs are the same as first-gen legacies as far as this stuff. So this should be the right length and the right spline adaptation to use the STI rack with the legacy steering column. So,
and who made that?
L&E Fabrications. You can go to their website. I emailed them about it, and
yeah. And how much was it?
I think it was like 80 or 90 bucks, I think.
Yeah,
or it could have been more. It could have been 120. I don't remember. It was a while ago.
Yeah, around $100. Like not too bad for
They do
something.
new U-joints, like all the U-joints are nice and solid. So
Yeah. And it was nice, this STI rack actually came with white line bushings, so didn't even have to upgrade those. But yeah, that goes right on the steering column right there. So as we're lifting this up, we're gonna have to make sure to put that on at the same time as we're lowering it up, because we're not gonna have enough slack, because we don't want to take the rack back out of the subframe. So we'll just have to raise it up nice and slow, line up that, and then get the studs on, because you can see underneath here, these little studs, it'll go on there. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Okay, so I just slowly raised it up, started getting the bolts started down here. So just got these lined up and those started, and then slowly started putting these in. Kind of had to tilt it while he guided it, so he's just getting those tightened up. So let's get this actually bolted in and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, there it is. Got this all in. Came out awesome. So we had a little issue with the steering column. That adapter's in there. Everything lined up. So yeah, if just gonna pop this control arm in there, get some STI tie rods, and hook up the power steering, and it should be it. So if you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments, and we'll have another video of us actually driving this thing and seeing what it's like once this project's actually done. So all right, thanks for watching.